I got decent at being able to talk to people, but something that stopped me in my growth of social skills was that I didn't know what to do whenever there was awkward silence, which would happen like all the time, right? I would begin a conversation about 2 minutes in, then, there's kind of like a break, and then I wouldn't know what to do. It was like, so then I just stopped talking, the other person just stopped talking, and even if we're like walking in the same direction, even if we're doing this like same practice or something, it would just feel awkward, because like we were talking, but now we're not talking, even though we're still next to each other or we're still encountering each other. And I got really scared of awkward silence, so then I started just blabbering. Whenever there was like a slight gap in the conversation, I would just fill it up with small talk. This is what I want you to think if you have trouble with awkward silence. First of all, I don't want you to think that you're the only one who's going through this, bro. The other person is also overthinking. They're probably thinking the same thing, so don't think to yourself, oh no, this guy is a social magnet and I'm over here just like a doofus. Just sit there and breathe a little bit, breathe deeply, and then when you want to enter the conversation again. There's no problem with after a 2-3 minute break of just nothing to just talk again. Just connect it, be like, oh yeah, how you were saying this, and then just connect it. And even if you stutter, it's okay. Like I used to stutter a lot. Don't worry about it. If you're overthinking, that means they'll perceive that you're actually doing the thing. If you just keep going, even if you stutter and you just keep going, who cares? I promise you. You gotta build that inner confidence. I think for me, first of all, that came from just building a body and breathing deeply, especially when I'm in that conversation. Just breathing deeply, opening myself so that I can breathe deeply, because I don't know if it's a placebo effect, but I've heard that when you breathe, have open body posture, the more airflow to your brain allows you to feel more confident. I'm not sure if the science on that is true, but at least for me, the placebo effect definitely works. So just open yourself up, have great body language, use your hands, and I think to really build confidence, you have to tell yourself, yeah, I can talk to them, it's no problem. For me, a lot of the times that I would get this awkward silence was when I was talking to someone who I thought had perceived more value than me. You need to stop thinking about it like that and just say, they would want to talk to me, wouldn't they? It seems arrogant, I know, and I always tell you these kind of things, but I think it was so powerful in my life. It's like the biggest thing that changed the most was just believing that I've already done something, believing that I can do it. It seems like cliche, but just believe that you're on the exact same level of them, even if they talk to 10 times more people than you do. Don't think that you can't talk to them. And also, I don't want you to feel like you have to keep the conversation going. Whenever there's a gap in the conversation, don't try to rush in and try to fill it up with small talk, saying dumb stuff that you wouldn't even care about. They can definitely pick up on that. So just relax a moment. It does not matter if there's a gap, and just collect your thoughts, and if you have something to say, then you say it. Don't be afraid of awkward silence. And yeah, I think that's the biggest deal. Just don't be afraid of it. Be confident and say, I've done this before. I've gone through so many social interactions. It's really no problem. Just tell yourself that. The more you just practice, the more you just go out and talk to people, the more you will encounter awkward silence, and the more you'll be able to understand how to conquer it. I hope you understood something from this. Hope you understood that, it doesn't matter how big the gap is. You can always keep talking to them. And obviously don't fill the gap up with small talk and stuff you don't even care about. I think most importantly, be confident in yourself by telling yourself that, you are valuable. Hope you got some value in this. Go out and conquer.